If I said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Winning a college basketball game is hard. I don't care who you're playing, where you're playing. It's hard to win a game. And Colorado State came in here with 19 wins and playing really good basketball. And they gave us everything we wanted. And we found a way, like we did against Vegas without getting a win, to guard at a really elite level in the second half. And we manufactured enough offense this game to get ourselves a victory. But defense and rebounding are always the key. There are games where we're spectacular offensively, and those are the games we win 10, 12 points. But these are the ones that matter the most, the ones where you're not at your best offensively, but you find a way to win because the defense is so good. And we played really elite defense in the second half.
Coach, did the first half feel a little similar to the UNLV game because you guys also shot in the 30s and they shot over 50%? Did it kind of feel similar?
Yeah, they played great offensively in the first half. And 4 of the threes, they had guys making them. You know, when you have a scouting report, you have guys on the board, you say you can't give a 3. Thistlewood number 1, Stevens number 2, the guys that are shooting high percentages. But then they had guys bounce up that have been shooting like 28% from 3, made 4 the whole conference season. He makes 1. Number 11 hits 2 in the first half. And so you sit there and you're frustrated they're going in, but you're not trying to prevent those guys from getting threes. You know, you're contesting. You don't want to give them wide open ones, but they, to their credit, they stepped up and made really important shots in the first half. But the second half, again, it was a 1 for 10 performance in the second half from 3. And I say that's how you lose games. You give up threes and you give up fast break baskets. And so I thought we did a good job taking away the fast break, and we did a great job the second half contesting the three-point shot. I just want to say what a joy it was coaching these seniors. I told him before the game, Nolan, I'd had him for 5 years, and just told him I'm more impressed with him as a person than I ever was as a basketball player, and you're a good basketball player. But the person he's become here at San Diego State is a credit to his family and to Nolan himself. And then Yanni and KJ, I just said what a joy it was to have them for 1 year. You know, that they chose to spend their final year of college athletics here with us, and how happy I was to be able to coach them for that 1 year, and what a great job they've done leading this team this year. So hats off to 3 great seniors.
Would you think about Nolan just firing out of the gate? I think it was like 2 seconds in the game. He shot.
I told him, we ran the play. I said, Nolan, we're going to pick and pop you, and if you're open and you feel like you want to take it, take it. If not, hand off. So he popped and he took it, and it went around the rim 72 times. Took 7 minutes off the clock, but it finally went in. So good. That was a great way to start the game, with Nolan making a 3.
Hey Brian, I know you were frustrated with the few minutes left and the players with the officiating, but when your team steps up like they do on both ends of the court and they get through that like they did, does that give you confidence for what's ahead, big picture? Like we saw this, we've experienced this, and we've overcome this. Is this something?
Yeah, you got to win close games in the tournament. So we haven't had a lot of close games. We lost our last one, which was a close game, and we won this one. But you're going to play close games in the tournament, whether it's the Mountain West tournament in a week or the NCAA tournament in a couple weeks. They're going to be close games. And, you know, we have guys. I told them leading into the tournament, and this was a week ago, I said, for all the coaching we do, big-time players step up and make big-time plays outside of what the coach does. And you'll be the ones that determine if we make a run in the Mountain West tournament or the NCAA tournament. You know, I've watched enough of these games. Everybody scouts, takes away your set plays, and then someone bounces up and makes big-time shots at critical times. And Malachi struggled today shooting, but then they ducked under a couple screens, and he could have missed 12 shots. But I knew he was going to take them at the end. He's wired like that. That's what you have to have. You have to have a short memory in basketball. And, you know, this team sometimes is on the bench. You're like, no, what do you don't? That's a hard shot. But they take them, you know. So sometimes as a coach, you got to live with them. And we lived with a few of those today, and then enough went in at the end to get us a win.
Yesterday, when we talked to seniors, KJ mentioned one of the problems in the UNLV game, you felt like guys were trying to be a hero a little bit too much, just had an instinct of trying to take over the game. And it seemed like that was going on a little bit tonight. Some quick shots, some quick threes, tough threes, contested threes, 8 or 9 first shots were threes. Did you feel like that there was a little bit of impatience and too many threes and too much settling? You
know, I don't think so. I think we moved the ball and missed some threes and went A to B to C to D all the way around to Trey in the corner. And we had a lot of short shot clocks. You know, we were trying to move the ball and play the right way. And we had 9 assists at halftime. That's what we had for the whole game against Vegas. And then I think we ended up with like 13 assists or 14 assists, but it was only on 18 baskets. 13 assists on 18 baskets. So that's pretty good, you know. So that's a pretty good assist to basket ratio. The thing we did this game was we got to the foul line a lot. You know, they fouled us down the stretch. We attacked to the basket, and we got to the line. And they're a team that shoots twice as many free throws as their opponent. So that's a real important stat against them. You know, they make more free throws than their opponents take on the season. And that's winning basketball. That's a stat that wins anywhere in the country. And they have that stat. We're nowhere close to that stat. But we were tonight. We got to the line and were able to win the game at the line.
Coach, given KJ and Malachi's struggle to shoot from the field, how important is it for Shackle to have that 11 off the bench? And just recently, he's been scoring double digits in his past 5 games.
Yeah, Jordan can shoot the ball. I mean, he had a really good look three at the end. I think it was a 4-point game, and Matt kicked it out to him. But he bobbled the catch just enough where he tried to readjust it and shoot it. I wish he would have maybe just brought it down, shot faked, or moved it, because he kind of fumbled on the catch. But he's extremely confident, and he's going to let it go. So, and he made some really important ones today, too. So I know one thing. People do not want to leave Jordan Shackle open from three because he gets it up in a hurry, and he makes a high percentage.
Do you look at these last couple of games and say, all right, it's just a little bit of a bobble in our season, or do you look at it and say, I think I'm shot over 40% 2 games, we played 200 net teams, very close at home, we're not going to be facing anything close to that caliber of team in a tournament, and say, boy, we got some issues here, we got to straighten some stuff out?
I don't think so. I think we spaced the floor better and played better offensively today. Our defense has been great every game. So we struggled a little bit offensively, but, you know, when I looked at the stats, you know, I don't early in the second at halftime, and when Malachi's 0 for 6 in the field and he's your best player, then it's going to be a struggle. He's got to make some earlier shots. And that's where we get the separation, where we're winning by 12, 16, 18 points. We're shooting a higher percentage. But the thing I like about our team is we can still win when we don't shoot the ball well because our defense is so good. I mean, we can hang in there with our defense. I think in the last 7 minutes, we had 3 strings of 3 straight stops. So we got stop, 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 and then they might have had a point, or then stop, stop, stop. We had consecutive stops 3 times, 3 stops in the last 7 minutes. That's really high-level defense. So we're a very good defensive team, and college basketball games are hard to win. I don't care where it is. I've said that. I mean, Duke ran into a buzzsaw in Wake Forest tonight, you know, and I'm sure they have a losing record, but it doesn't matter. Every game you play, there's parity in basketball. And so Nico's got a good team, and he's got a bunch of freshmen. So whatever they were early in the year is not what they are now. And they're going to be, in all likelihood, a 20-win season for them. So they got a good team. So I don't want to always say we're not playing well because of us. These other teams are better than people want to give them credit for sometimes.
They were shooting 60% with 4 minutes to go in the first half and did nothing after that. Did you change something tactically, defensively, or was it just a mentality change?
Well, we came into the timeout the one time, and we had given them 2 straight layups on just a side ball screen. And they were frustrated. You got to help. You helped too long, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, just sit down. I said, don't be frustrated. This is when we make an adjustment. So, yeah, it's not working. So, yeah, we didn't get it right 2 straight times and gave up 2 baskets, but now we got to make an adjustment. So right now for the rest of the half, we're going to switch the 4-man ball screen. And when 11's in, we're going to switch the 5-man ball screen. And sometimes you have this great game plan and you get out there and it's not working. So then you got to make adjustments. And so I just try to calm them down and, hey, don't worry about it. We're in the first half. We're going to make an adjustment. And then we'll see how that goes. If that doesn't work, we'll make another adjustment. So don't get frustrated. The hardest thing to play basketball is when you're frustrated. You're worrying about too much other stuff. Don't be frustrated. Just know we'll make an adjustment and we'll go on from there.
What is the feeling like in the locker room? Is it relief or satisfaction that you got the win, or?
They just know, they're so confident. They think they're going to win every game. So they expected to win tonight. And it was hard, but I don't think they ever thought they were going to lose, no matter what the score was. So they're just a confident bunch, and they don't overreact to stuff. They're 5th-year seniors and 3rd and 4th-year juniors. They're grown men. They play like that, and they behave like that in the locker room.